Ready or not, it is tax season. You have a month and 2 days to submit your 2024 taxes and get that refund back. Money many of us rely on for a boost to our bottom line.
You sound too excited.
I was just thinking the same thing.
She's like, tax season is here.
I was trying to sell it, guys. I don't know.
You really did. You really did.
But imagine waiting more than 2 years for a refund that your family was due. Well, that's exactly what happened to a Long Island daughter when her mother's check shows up with a major typo and it couldn't be cashed.
She calls 7 on your side, and you know, Nina's got the story. You know what Nina did. Come on, you know what Nina
This
does.
is what I was excited about.
Yeah.
To be able to talk about this.
Nina stepping in to help.
This family, when you're about to meet and hear the backstory, you're going to get really excited because something's happening right now that's very special. But this daughter's like a lot of us. You know, you lose a parent or you're taking care of both parents, both financially and physically. It can be a lot, as we know. And making things even more difficult, this money that could really ease the burden for this family was just caught up in this whole ball of red tape. One minor error had major consequences.
So my mother got a check from the United States Treasury, but the check had the % sign and her first name, no last name. And when I went to the bank to see if I could cash the check, they said no, because there's no last name, and even if you tried to cash the check, it would bounce back. They wouldn't allow it.
And she tried everything, calling, spending hours on hold, emailing, going to the IRS. I mean, this was money from Deborah's late father's last tax return. He passed away 2 years ago. The refund on that joint return due to her mom, who's suffering from dementia, needs care that is expensive. And no matter what she did over the last 2 years, she couldn't get that percentage sign changed. That little troublesome typo put that $11,000 tax refund in limbo. The bank wouldn't cash it. You can't cash a check without a last name. Right. She couldn't get it reissued. We put her in touch with a taxpayer advocate. This time the check really was in the mail and spell checked as well.
Look what I got. This is the check.
Yay!
From the IRS.
Oh my gosh, you didn't even wait for me to get to the door. Hooray!
I'm so excited. It finally came through.
Let me see.
Thanks to you and your help. Smyrna Hoffman.
Wonderful. I'm so
Thank
glad.
you so much.
You're welcome. How do you feel about finally getting it?
Oh, I'm just so excited, and you know, it was so stressful, and now I can feel good again.
And she needs to feel good. You know why? Because as we speak right now at Mount Sinai, Deborah is donating her kidney to her little sister, Cassie. That's them just as they went in. Deborah's husband, Steven, sent me that picture. She's helping Cassie. Cassie was actually on a registry list, and today is World Kidney Day. 90,000 people on the registry. She was waiting for kidney, found out her big sister was a match. They should be out at about 11:30.
Oh my gosh.
And we are wishing both of them a speedy recovery.
My jaw is on the ground. That is so incredible. What an amazing story. And they had to wait a long time for that money. So I'm glad it's over.
Definitely.
I don't know anybody who's more giving than that, right?
I know,
Like,
and how what a
so
coincidence. But it brings to mind, you know, if your refund does come with a mistake.
If it has an error.
Yeah, if it has an error, you've got to go to irs.gov, and then you can get a taxpayer advocate to help you with these common issues or errors. It really important right now when we're all filing our returns. Double and triple check those account numbers, because any little thing like that can really trip you up.
you don't want anything to slow it down.
No.
So it seems like direct deposit is also the way to go?
Definitely. And you can expect this timeline. You know, when you file electronically, it's really the fastest way to get it back. And the IRS can process it faster than when you mail it in. Here's a timeline. If you e-file and get direct deposit, you can get your return in like a week to 3 weeks. If you e-file and want a check, it's going to take a month. And guys, judging from what we're seeing, there's a pretty good chance that that check may get stolen out of the mail. We're getting a lot of complaints about that. If you mail in your return, you want direct deposit about 3 weeks. But if you mail in the return and you want a paper check, it's going to take you about 2 months.
It is important to talk about another deadline that we have coming up when it comes to unfound money, unclaimed money. We've been talking about it all morning long here on Eyewitness News.
Yeah, I was glad you were reminding people.
There's more than $1 billion right now from 2021.
Do not leave this money on the table.
Yeah, the IRS estimates that 1 million people are owed this money.
Yeah, and you know what this comes from, guys? This was that 2021 coronavirus stimulus money. So if you qualified for this economic stimulus, the deadline to claim it is this tax day, April 15th. They've given you a number of years. Don't leave this money on the table. This is that COVID stimulus, that $1,400 check, but you have to file a return or you won't get it. Even if you didn't work. And 2021 was a crazy time. You know, remember, a lot of people were not at work. We were still masked. People were not working. So if you missed out on one or more of these economic impact payments from coronavirus, didn't file a return, you could still get that money, even if you didn't work. But you have to put in for it. Don't let it revert to unclaimed funds, because the U.S. Treasury will take that back, and you won't get it. We're talking over $1 billion.
Isn't it so wild? 5 years later, we just celebrated the anniversary. We had our special. So, file.
Get the money.
Get your money.
Get what's yours.
Get what is yours.